It has been a little bit since I've talked about any OLIGHT products. And people have asked me, do you still work with them? Do you still like OLIGHT? Yeah, I do, but not everything they make gets me excited. This product, the new Arkpro, yeah, it gets me excited. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I'm going to tell you all about it right now. Now I could go into a whole long spiel about these flashlights and their outputs and so on. That's not my style. Let me make it easy. 1 minute review. Watch this. Everything is better, and it's the same price. There. How long was that? 10 seconds? Something like that? And when I say everything, I do mean everything about the Arkfeld has been improved in this flashlight. And they've kept it at exactly $100. It's completely wild. Let me just focus on this one model for a second. New matte finish. It looks freaking amazing. New texture on the side. Looks awesome. Oh, look, see that button? That's a laser, and you can use it with literally any output at the same time. You can still get a laser, and actually there's 2 outputs for the laser, which I think is pretty funny. You can use UV with the laser if you want to. You want to use UV with the laser? You can do that. Any output, any setting. Good to go. Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, that's a Type-C port, the thing we've been asking from OLIGHT for God knows how long. Finally, it's here. You can use it both in magnetic charging as well as Type-C anytime you want. And it still remains IPX7. That is a waterproof Type-C port. This cover is basically just to keep larger particles from getting inside. Great pocket clip, as it used to have. I think the base model didn't have the Ultra clip, and now they have put the Ultra clip on all 3 variations. They have increased the battery size by 33%. They have increased the output slightly, and there are 2, count them, 2 different white modes. So we have a flood and we have a spot, 2 separate white LEDs. There's nothing really to talk, there's nothing more to say. This thing rocks. This is, in my opinion, the single best flashlight OLIGHT has ever made within their lineup. I'm not saying it's the best flashlight ever. Far from it. There's many reasons to get other flashlights. But within OLIGHT's actual lineup, their own lineup, this is by far their best flashlight ever, my opinion. Okay? That's what I want to say. Now, there are 3 variations. So we're just going to go through them fairly quick. We have the Ultra. This is the easiest one to compare it to because it has only 200 lumens improvement on the flood. Nothing else is different. Everything else is the same except the OLL finish, and it's $30 more. Unless you really care about scratch resistance, don't bother. It's not really worth it. Just going to make it easy. The base model, awesome, and I got to say, I love that matte finish so much. It's so good. Okay, the small one, now this is a surprise. I actually thought that this was going to be maybe not something I'd enjoy. Come to find myself using the red light quite a bit more than I expected. So there's 2 different outputs for the red light. You have white floody LEDs, and then you have UV as well. So red, white, and UV, and it is slightly smaller and more compact and a little bit lighter than the base model. Same clip, different texture on the side, although still pretty good. And still has the Type-C port, and this is $20 less. That's freaking awesome. These 2, highly recommended. Absolutely, without question, the best OLIGHT in my opinion. Either one is good, and both of them right now, starting as you're seeing this video, are going to be on sale 20% off till, I think, December 1st. Or is it January 1st? I forget. But it's going for a long time. These are going to be available for Black Friday. There is the black, there's orange, and I think OD green are the main colors that stay at 100, and then there's some other variations that are a little bit more expensive, but they're all cosmetic. Choose what you want, but what you need to know, as simple as I can say it, is that these things freaking rock. If you want a more in-depth review, I will link to someone else's video down below. That's not what I'm about. I just want to give you the basic information to kind of see if this is something you want to pursue or do more research on. And the simple answer is yes, these absolutely dominate their other items in their lineup, and they're currently on sale. What more is there to say? Okay, there are some other things about the sale. We're going to point out a couple other models, but the big gist of everything is that the Arkpro is the real deal. This is awesome. And the only flashlights in the greater flashlight verse, if you will, that I can consider carrying over them is the E80 from Rovivon and the E60 also from Rovivon. And I would say, because I've given both of these away to family members as gifts, nobody uses these, and they all use these. It's much easier to use, it looks better. Yes, these are more like Swiss Army knives, and they are quite fun to use. They have a lot of different features. They have 3 different buttons, though, and they're very complicated. I like them, but I fully admit that there's going to be multiple opportunities in my near future where I'm going to choose the Arkpro over them, which is saying something. These went from being basically never carried because I didn't have a Type-C port to in my top 5 considerations. That's awesome. So I can highly recommend getting them while you can, and it's hard to argue with the discounted rates either. So check it out, the Arkpro, link down below. The Arkpro is not the only new product that they have released that seems strictly better than the past generation. This is the Marauder Mini. This thing is like ridiculous. And in the past, I always thought they were a bit of a novelty, but this feels, well, it feels more plausible for me to buy personally. It's because it combines a lot of high power with a lot of battery capacity and even some quality of life features that I really enjoy. So if this looks complicated, it's because it is very complicated. I'm just going to try to simplify it as much as possible. You have a small LED on the side, which is what it's selected as. To turn it on and to unlock it, you rotate initially, and then you click the button. And so you can see as you're standing it, you get that nice little side light right there. Now, if I select the middle, it uses the white lights over here. So where it's set up right here is in flood. So if I turn it on, I get floody light. If I go all the way forward, I get a very concentrated spot beam. Now this has well over 100,000 candle power or candela when you go full blast. And my hand is actually on fire right now, and I'm like, what, 12 inches away? It's very, very powerful. So spotlight along with floodlights, and then you also have the option, if you swap it all the way over here, to have red. Very cool. And adjusting the outputs is continuous using the dial. So pressing it in and out turns it on and off, and then rotating it tells you the exact adjustment, and you can see the brightness and the battery right there. Very cool. You can also select it in the middle, which is really neat, and you can get both spot and flood simultaneously. But that's not all. Okay, I feel like a bit of a salesman here, but yeah, the Type-C port, once again, waterproof Type-C port, really great quality of knife addition, along with the magnetic tail. And then they weren't done. Even the lanyard has a little bit of a hidden trick. If you press it open right here, you actually have a little Type-C to Type-C charging cable built into it with the lanyard. Now that's awesome. This is not exactly a flashlight for everyone. They're quite expensive. Let's be real. I mean, they are discounted right now. They're on sale, and I'm really impressed with the improvements, but this isn't light for everyone. I will say, however, everything they've done with this, spot on. If this is the direction OLIGHT's being taken, I can't wait to see what else is getting released. Like, what about the Warrior Mini 3, one of my favorites that feels really neglected right now? I would love to see some updates, OLIGHT. Hopefully they're coming soon. This is exactly the kind of direction that I hope they are continuing to go in. Maintaining similar pricing while improving them in every possible way. 2 thumbs way up. Now, there are other items that are going to be present on the sale. Take a look and make sure you are also, I don't know if they have it this time around, but check the DIY bundles. You can sometimes get flashlights that they're kind of phasing out for a heavy discount. It can be vary, but it's certainly something to keep an eye on, and they don't necessarily make that easy to find. So take your time with this. There's no rush, as far as I can tell, to buy right now. I know that's what no one should be saying when they make these videos, but there's no necessary rush. You've got some weeks here to take a look at, unless you're trying to get it sent to you prior to Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever it happens to be. And one more thing that I didn't mention, should have, They are also including free customization on your flashlight, which is really cool. You can even upload your own images and have them put it on the various different flashlights. That's such a nice feature and kind of adds a little bit of personal touch to whatever you might be buying. Maybe this is a good time to get a gift because of that, and I think it's that perfect little thing to kind of send it over the edge, kind of get people interested in potentially buying or trying an OLIGHT for the first time. That's usually a very expensive add-on. Like getting a laser engraving on a flashlight is usually like $20 or something like that. Having it included is nice. Anyway, that's pretty much all I want to talk about today. Well done, OLIGHT. I want to see more. Like being able, makes my job really easy as a content creator when I got nothing bad to say. I mean, the product's better. It's the same price. You have a discount right now. And everyone wins. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Well done. Yes, I do like OLIGHT products. But I'm only going to talk about them when I'm actually excited about it. And this time around, yeah, there's stuff to be excited about. As always, thank you for your time, and we'll talk again soon.